I'm Minister Brent with the House International Center. I just wanted to tell you about today's message. It was awesome. Today would mark the beginning of a series entitled The Game, dealing with the hit TV show. We used Melanie today. Pastor worked with that. It was such an awesome presence of God in this place, the one that you want to just take home with you. So next week, you need to be here. You need to come experience what God is doing with the House International Center. The title of the message today was Med School, Do Your Thing. Who knows what Pastor's going to be preaching about next week, but I want you to enjoy what Pastor preached about today. And next week, we want to see you in the
Known
play.
as The Game. I love that show. I'm not a television type person all the time, but when I watch a sitcom with some drama, that's the one I'm going to watch. I love that show. But as I began to watch that show, and I began to watch Melanie and Kelly and Tasha and Janae and all them groups, I watched these women and I watched their relationships and the games that were going on, not only on the field, but off the field. I realized something, that though this is a TV show and we are watching it, there are a lot of women who are in a game and don't even know it. There are a lot of women who are confused and they are hurt and they are broken and they are going through and they don't even know it. And some of them think it's only them. They don't know that the woman sitting on the road with her, though she has on makeup this morning,
Come on now.
most days she don't put on any. It's enough for her to roll out of the bed and make it to work, or to get the children dressed, or to cook breakfast, whatever her morning routine. She's going through something. And I just became overwhelmed with this show. The number one enemy in the church today that stops and breaks down attendance, and the reason why some people are not even here this morning, because they knew I was going to talk on the subject, is the number one reason that people don't come to church.
Amen.
Sex.
Yes, right there.
When I start talking about sex and fornication and baby mama drama,
Amen.
it's like roaches when you turn on the light. They start running because it's uncomfortable circle. But the very reason why most people don't come to church is not because they don't love God. Well, I'm not going to say that, because they love God, but they love Him less than they love themselves, and they love them less than they love whomever that is they believe they are in love with.
All right.
So it was early this year that I became interested in this show, and I'm gonna be out your hair in a minute, but I gotta get y'all somewhere. It was early this year that I asked God to give me the ability to minister to you. I watched Melanie. Melanie was crying at the end of every episode. Oh Lord, Melanie, my heart was just broke. Every time I saw her, she was up against the door every time, somewhere in a corner. And I was like, that's it? I gotta wait till next week. And now, I'm praying y'all pray with me, touch and agree that BET picks it up and can give us another season. I pray, I felt it. I'm praying, Lord, because I got to figure out what's happening. But it was just so much drama. And as I watched Melanie, as I watched her, and I watched her go through, I asked God earlier this year, and I've been working on this series for a while. I said, Lord, give me the ability to minister to these women. And so it is my prayer that during this season there will be wholeness and help found for you, so that you will not leave here like you came. You need to get a sister. You need to find somebody and get them here over this next week. I don't care what they're in. By the time this series is over, we hope to get you out. Amen. Now, but I want to let you know I'm going to be raw and right off a little. And she has nowhere to go. She's disconnected from everybody. Her heart is reeling. She's heartbroken. She's down. She's busted. She's disgusted. She has no close family. She's given up everything for Derwin. And guess what she does like most women? She starts to believe a lie. She sees that nobody else is looking out for me, so guess what I got to do? I got to look out for numero uno. I got to look out for myself. God ain't looking out for me. Men ain't looking out for me. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to look out for myself. You know, you all said it. Come on, woman. And the next relationship I get in, I'm going to be in control.
All right.
It's about self-preservation. I'm going to be in control. I'm going to hurt him. I'm going to hurt him. I'm going to break him down. Now, if you don't follow the show, let me show you how Melanie came to this conclusion. Melanie's crying in the room of Miss Leola. Y'all watch the show? Miss Leola flips over and calls her a side part under. You know, black woman, you know what that is. Curl it, flip it, tuck it behind your ear, side part under. And what happens is, she tells Melanie, you need to stop thinking and you need to start doing. And if sex is good to you with Dr. McHottie, just keep doing it. I'm going to get to Leola because we got some Leolas in the church. But I'm going to get to her later.
Lord have mercy. Help us today.
Miss Leola says, do what you do, baby. You young. Do what you do. Let him do what he do. You do what you do. And y'all do what you did.
Help us today.
They're looking at each other. That's it. She gonna do what she do. He gonna do what he do. We all gonna be doing the do. Because now Melanie says, I need to be in control of my life. Now, how does this relate to the text? I'm about to tie it up. Every time God came to the garden, he never said, woman. Every time he came, he said Adam. And when they said Adam, she had no name. There was no hyphenation. Green Higgins. There was no hyphenation. It was just Adam. And when he said Adam,
Yes, sir.
she was expected to respond not to her own identity. Ooh, it's getting tight in here. But under his identity. She had no name. Her name was just woman. And so the devil is watching this scenario. He's saying, I have to figure out how to get in here. And he watches this. He's wondering how he can mess this situation up. How can I get in? So guess what he does? If he can play on her emotions, I'm not going to have anybody in here. If he can play on her emotions, he just might be able, because the devil knows your wife is sensitive. A lot of times we think because they have good careers, and because they do have good jobs, that the devil's not there.
All right.
We think because they are they're strong and they have their own money, that there's nothing wrong. But the devil is watching.